Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the stone that draws you, the one that resonates with your intuition, and we'll begin. Remember, there's the golden nugget card at the very end to offer you further clarification if you still have more questions. All right, so we do ask you to choose the stone, and we ask your intuition to lead you correctly. For those of you who chose this red jasper with the streaks, we have the Queen of Coins, we have the Four of Coins, and we have the Ace of Swords. So no major arcana, just normal kinds of things today. You have good security. So in other words, if there's something that makes you worry lately a little bit, see now that Four of Coins person can be a little worried. If there's something that makes you worry a little bit about your financial security, the security of your health, other sources of security, I think this is saying, don't worry, you've got good security here. The Ace of Swords is also clarity. Like Spirit will give you the clarity you need, the insights you need. So it's a beautiful day. You should relax is what I'm getting here. Also, that Queen of Coins, well, she's sort of like the Earth Mother, Earth Father. You know, these are always interchangeable, but she is really good at lending some practical assistance, getting things done, but you know, she just kind of keeps things done. I don't know how to explain it. She keeps a certain level of security. She's very dependable. She likes to have that kind of stability. So that's good energy. That's sort of a reassuring energy. If some of these are about other people in your life, like if somebody is is very concerned about their security and maybe a little too worried about it to where they're, they're having a hard time letting go. They're having a hard time letting go. I think this is saying that the fact that you bring some security into their lives is helpful to them. There's no reason for them to fear also, I see. So I like that Ace of Swords too. You know, it just might spring into your mind, the right thing to say at the right time. So that's just a nice kind of collection of cards. Reassuring, helpful. For those of you who chose this sort of metallic bead, this gray, shiny bead, we have, or silver maybe I should say, we have the Death card, we have the Tower card, we have the Ten of Coins. Okay, so we don't need to get worried about it. It right away comes with a reassurance with that Ten of Coins. That's nice. The Death card is an end to something. The Tower means it could be that something has ended and it is a juncture. It is something that's going to bring quite a lot of change into your life. And these two major arcana, this can be not just about today, but this time in your life. So the Death card is an ending. When I see the Death card, I don't see it as a negative. It is transformation. Sometimes it's just the peace in knowing something has ended. The inner knowing, the inner letting go of fighting against a change. You know, sometimes that death is, okay, I know that's done. I know this is done. And the Tower is, it might have been something that was unplanned by you. It might feel like it shook things up. But the Tower also paves the way for a reorganization. I always think of it as if sometimes the Tower can be not a huge deal, but sometimes it can be like a bunch of things in your life are in a box. If all these aspects of your life were in a box and somebody just turned it upside down and then you had to put it all back together again. Sometimes it can be that dramatic. But then again, that's a huge opportunity to put it back together in a way that works for you. Sometimes with this Death card, you may have decided something is done. So the Tower is, okay, now I'm making a change. Now there's something new coming in. I've got to change this thing. The Ten of Coins is this nice reassurance in the background. It is the legacy card. It is the generations card. It is the card that says, yes, but there is some good base security underneath all of this. Like this, whatever change is happening in your life is not going to eliminate the security you've built so far, the base security. The Ten of Coins can sometimes be, I feel like the Ten of Coins and the Ten of Cups in my readings can sometimes be someone from the other side reaching out to a family. That is the generations card. So it can be family reaching out to you and saying, we're here, I'm here for you, I'm here to help you feel safer, feel more secure. Now, the Death card, for some of you, the Death card is about somebody having passed. And along with the generations card, that would mean somebody in your family has passed, perhaps, and maybe it's on your mind. Maybe it's changing things. Maybe there was something sudden about it. That's a rare event. Usually, very rarely does the Death card indicate a real literal death. Very rarely. But for some of you, it may be that that's happened and it's been on your mind lately. And the Ten of Coins can be your loved one saying, I'm still here. You know, we are still the generations. We are still family. We're still solid, you know. And maybe even helping you with your security, your physical security. So it's an interesting collection of cards, but it's really about transformation. It's about acceptance and letting go of something that's done and knowing that you're going to be all right through transformation. So it's really a very interesting kind of reading, very powerful. But I like that Spirit will always bring us a reassurance with it when we're going through something transformative. And some of you are wondering, oh my goodness, I'm not going through anything huge. I wonder what these cards could mean. You know what? Sometimes things don't seem huge, but they are really important times in our lives that later, and sometimes we get so used to riding the waves. We get used to some turbulence. We get used to it that we don't even realize that we are managing to take this tower time and reconstruct it into something that works for us better. We've just done it for a while. We're not even realizing that's what we're doing. But this may be a time of transformation in your life. For those of you who chose this clear green quartz, we have all minor arcana. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups. So these are minor arcana, not a huge decision-making kind of day. It seems like a day, it might have been a week. You know, it might have been where you're feeling a little embattled. Maybe you're feeling a little battle weary. It might be a good time to take a little time away to take a breath and say, but yet I do get to enjoy myself. I do get to enjoy my life. So, you know, this Eight of Cups is somebody taking a little time to ask, what do I want? What's my wish? What's my Nine of Cups? You know, that's the wish card. What would I wish? What would be fulfilling for me right now? Taking a little time away to do that. I always feel like this card, to me, I see such peace in that imagery. It's sort of like, I'm letting everything stop. I'm sort of letting the world spin on, and I'm just going to be with my intuition, my source, spirit, and sort of sort some things out. Is there anything missing? Is there anything I want for today? And these are minor arcana, so it's probably not a huge day. You don't need to have any big answers. We can just have the answers for today. And we have the Knight of Cups. That could be somebody bringing a good message, good news. Someone who is making you feel good. Possibly somebody who is a suitor, somebody who is interested in you romantically. So there might be some kind of encounter like that coming in. And that Eight of Cups is fitting then. Because when that happens, it is important for us to ask ourselves, what do we want? What is the desire of our heart? What is our wish? And what is our intuition telling us? Because, the Knight of Cups can be exactly who he says he is, or she is, or putting their best foot forward and not showing you everything. The Knight of Cups isn't the King or the Queen of Cups yet, so not entirely mature, and maybe a little manipulative. Sometimes the Knight of Cups can be. So if you are encountering a Knight of Cups moment or person, I'm not saying they are manipulative, but I'm just saying it's good for you to consult your own intuition and break away from that and ask yourself, what is it I want? Because sometimes too, a Knight of Cups moment, and it might not even be so much about a romantic partner. It might just be about somebody coming to you with their best foot forward, wanting something from you, wanting to make a certain impression on you, wanting, perhaps wanting to sell you something, perhaps wanting to convince you of something. And it is good to consult our own intuition and remember, where am I going with this day? What do I want it to be? And again, these are minor arcana. So, it's just about this time in the week or this day. It's not anything huge. But we have this Nine of Wands too. You might feel a little embattled lately and a little guarded because of that. I don't think there's any reason to be guarded. I think your intuition is strong with this. You will get all the answers you need, But you may need a little time for support, for a little spiritual sustenance. But there might be some agreeable social interactions with people as well. So it's just kind of a mix of things today. Some different things to think about. If you would like to see the Golden Nugget card to offer further clarification, we have the Temperance Angel. So often we get a message like this with this Golden Nugget card, isn't it? It's sort of this calming, okay, but you don't have to get there all at once. A lot of times I think people watch these readings because they are in a time of seeking in their lives. They're seeking answers, they're seeking direction, and they're seeking a change. And so sometimes we forget that we don't need to figure this all out at once. And the Temperance Angel is saying, I'm leading you temperately, I'm leading you wisely. Balance is important. Balance is perhaps more important, and temperance is more important than getting to whatever destination we want to get. Sometimes we get a little too focused on, I want clarity about this, or I want to know what I'm doing in the next 5 years, 10 years, or whatever, next year. I want to know. And sometimes we get so hung up on that we leave balance behind. And we leave peace behind. And we forget how well loved we are. And how well cared for we are. By the angels. By the divine. However we conceptualize it. We forget that all we need to do is take the next step. In the Rider-Waite, that Temperance Angel is dipping her toe in the water. She's going on a long and winding path. She's just trying. She doesn't, you get the feeling she doesn't need to have all the answers right now. She's just going to try this, see how it works, see how that feels, see how the water feels. Does she want to plunge forward or not? But the balance and the peace is important. And the angels are ready to help you with that. So, I like that card. It's also a reminder that we don't have to, we don't have to make huge decisions and leap forward. We can say, well, I'm going to dip a toe in. I'm going to try this and see how it turns out. And we can go sort of in this kind of cautious, meandering way and be led. That's sometimes the leading and the breakthrough we need, minute by minute, not this whole big, here are the answers to your questions. I feel like sometimes Spirit really wants to grow us in our reliance on that loving source, because that's where joy and peace can come in. So sometimes we're just given the next step. All right. Well, I thank you all so very, very much. You take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.